life ain't over once you're 30. Life ain't over once you're 50. I mean, we have this lifetime to set an example, to impact. So, you guys, I'm doing my best. It's not on me, that's on you. You need to set your expectation. I will make money from something that I love doing.
Cool. So, Reut, I'm very honored to have you as my first female guest at my podcast. Yes, I've been following you for almost 1 year and a half right now. And to be honest, I'm really impressed about what you're doing and how you've decided to change your life and devote yourself to social media and stuff. As always, I do not provide an intro to my guests because I ask them to do this instead of me. So, from your perspective, what are the most important aspects of yourself?
To introduce myself, you mentioned social media. So I think for the past 4 years, social media has been this major thing in my life. I don't know if to say dedicating or devoting myself into social media. That sounds so dramatic. But I think that's a big part of my life. In a way, it helped me. It helped me to pivot my life. It helped me to change my life. So yes, I'm into social media. I'm employer brand manager at Taboola, the tech company Taboola. I'm also a mother of three. I have 3 boys. I'm married to Doron. Just the simple facts. I live in Estiona and I do into social media. I'm on TikTok, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. I run this great page called Short Goals Do It Better because I'm also super, super short, like 5 feet, I think. Maybe a bit more. But I manage this great Instagram community. We talk about minimalism, body image. I'm a slasher. I'm doing this and that, and I'm all over the place, and I love it.
You've mentioned that, yes, you're doing a lot of, like, you have different roles. And you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a brand manager, you're leading your social media. From, like, let's say like this, if you could prioritize all these things, what would be the first 3 things for you?
So obviously, first of all, I'm a mother. This is the greatest responsibility that I have. This is like the life itself. I know that from time to time things might get, hectic and busy, at work, and when this happened and that happened, but going back to basic, this is like the pure. This is my first role as an adult. So I would say to prioritize beyond all doubt, I'm a mother and also a wife because I have a partner in life, Dawn. So obviously, we are raising our boys. Then I would say, I'm not sure. It's kind of a balance because my day-to-day work at Taboola is including social media, is including content creation, kind of like what I'm doing in my alter ego outside Taboola. And sometimes they are just mixed like together.
I got it. And it seems like the society, it puts lots of, how do you say it, challenging targets, especially to women. We have to be wives, good wives. We have to be good mothers. We also have to be successful in careers. And I mean, from your perspective, like, you're a successful woman in tech. You're a successful mother and wife. Is it difficult, or was it difficult at any step of your life? Was it difficult for you to combine these roles successfully?
So first of all, I never used that term on myself, like to say I'm a successful at XYZ. I do not use these terms because I can tell you that. I mean, when I go to sleep, I think of what can I do better? How did I miss this? How did I miss that? I mean, I'm not thinking of myself in a success kind of way of thinking. It's not about success because I feel like my inner feeling is always that it's not good enough. What I do mean to say is that I'm doing my best. Within time, I learned how to be more, not that strict to myself. I learned to say, listen, Reut, you are doing your absolute best. And I think that this happens within time. Like, this is something that my years, my experience got me this perspective on life. You know what? You're not supposed to be your best. You're not supposed to success in each and every step of the way. But you are doing your best. You are doing your best at Taboola. You are doing your best with your kids, with your boys. You are doing your best with the one, and that's success. To understand that I'm doing my very best. And it's hard. It's hard to combine this, social media, content creation, raising a healthy kids, like, with a
Yeah,
healthy mindset. That's something that I put a lot of effort to. I want them to be happy and healthy. um so it's never easy, and I do think women facing difficult, maybe different difficulties than men, but what helped me going through those difficulties is to just understand that I'm doing my best.
I would like to a bit dive deeper into this topic of women and career, because I think that women, they are more self-judgmental than men. I don't know. That's like my personal opinion, and that's only we who put these targets on us. That's we who are always going to bed and asking ourselves like, was I good enough? Can I be better? I think that women put more pressure on themselves. Could you maybe share your main points in life when you understood like it's too difficult for me?
So I think
But
it
you
happened.
continued.
Yeah, so I think it happened almost on a monthly basis when I'm saying, whoa, where did I got myself into it? I can make my life so much easier, so much at ease, so much like to reduce the pressure. What the heck? Why do I need all of this? Why do I have to be 100% a mother, 100% a wife, 100% a career lady? But then reflecting on my past before I pivot my career, I was in that place. I was in a place that I worked in a work that has nothing to do with social media or content creation or employer branding for a decade. I worked in a job like in a position that I don't feel passionate about, and it was easy and it was nice and it was, I felt unpressured at all, but at the end of the day, I was bored. I was so depressed by the fact that I'm not fulfilling my needs. And I decided to make this pivot. I decided to create this change. But I think that there is a pressure that for me, I can only speak for myself. That's a good pressure. Like, there's specific kind of pressure that I love, I think. I love the action. I love that, being on a constant movement, developing, changing. But I can say that now that my kids are older, they're almost 13 and almost 12, they are older. I feel like this is my time to shine. This is my time, because when they were smaller, it was all about the kids, it was all about them, and it was so difficult. So I think what my message is, it also depends the stage that you are in life, because if you are a young mother raising young kids, so it is stressful, but it will get better. Even my perspective on pressure change within times, because now I see that, okay, it's stressful. I'm under a lot of pressure, but there are bigger things. in life. Proportion, that's something that I think I would lack in when I was 27, 30. But now I get this whole new perception and perspective on stress, on pressure, on work life balance. So I think for me, within times, I got this great, lessons that I've learned. And I think there's something comforting in knowing that.
But are there any hints, like, are there any suggestions from your end to young women who are just at the beginning of their career and who want to be successful, but on the other hand, they also want to build relationships, to have families, children, and so on? I mean, how to avoid depression, how to motivate yourself?
I would say to my younger self, do it. Just do it. You can aim, like shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land among the stars. Like, just try. Try to do it. You are young. You have the energy. You don't have kids yet. You have so much, the world needs to hear your perspective on so many things. You have passion. You have zero, or I don't know, maybe a bit more than zero commitment. Just do it, go for it, try. So I would say, and even if you fail, you will learn. And if it feels too much, so you can take a step back, but don't hold
Yeah.
yourself in advance. Solve things, solve problems when they come. Don't think ahead. Oh, this might be super stressful. I'm not taking that job. No, take that job. Maybe you will nail it.
Challenge.
Maybe
Yeah.
you will like it. Maybe that challenge would, fill you with energy. Maybe you will discover these new opportunities and things about
Yeah.
yourself. If I knew what I knew today when I was 27, I don't know. The energy.
On your, I think it was on LinkedIn, you've mentioned that at the age of 35, you've decided to reconsider your whole life, and you've decided to, like, dedicate yourself to your passion, to social media. That's also very interesting point in your life, because at the age of 35, it's, I mean, for me, I'm 25, and I'm right now trying to uh, reconsider the my career path. I'm trying some other things that I was doing previously. How did you do this? How did you make this decision that you're changing the career, the whole career path? What
So it
happened?
was, yeah. So as I was mentioning before, it was around Corona, like the beginning of COVID, and I felt so depressed with doing what I'm doing at my work. I felt like in a dead end. I felt like things need to get better. Things that I felt that I needed a change. I just got back to my previous work with from my maternity leave, and things were unclear, and then COVID, and then I kind of got fired. I don't know, I kind of got fired, but it wasn't like 100% got fired, because I wanted that change as well. So I didn't fight back for,
Mhm.
to find something, some other positions at the previous company that I've worked. So all of a sudden, I found myself without, without work, without having a clue about what the future holds. And from that point, I think that was one of the lowest points, like the lowest milestone that I had. I was 35, three boys, no job. And then, when at my lowest, something like it was an aha moment that I needed a change. And it almost happened like, not, it wasn't so rational. Like, I didn't sit down and plan, this is what I want to be when I'm 40, this is what I want to be when I'm 41, this is what I want to be within 2 years. No, I just sat down and think, okay, that might be an opportunity. I love
Mhm.
minimalism. I started also to, to dig into my wardrobe, my closet. I started to reduce things, and then it all happens from there. Like from moving to minimalism, I started to create this online journey, just sharing my thoughts. I didn't have Instagram at that point. Just share it on a Facebook group because I didn't have friends on Facebook, so I share it on those closed groups. Just pieces of content from my minimalism journey. How I stopped shopping clothes for a year and survived to tell. Something like that. It was very niche. And then all of a sudden, I felt that content creation, wait a minute. Hmm, wait a minute. Hold it. Hold
Yeah.
it. There's something that I good at. There's something that I passionate about. There's
Mm-hmm.
something that get my stomach, restless. Maybe, just maybe, I can take the skills, and when I shared my content, people react. The impact was almost immediate. I got followers, I got women tell me, keep sharing, your inspiration. And in a way, I felt that I found my niche, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that accurate. It wasn't on spot. But it began there. It began there. I decided to take this opportunity and make lemonade out of this lemon-ish situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it started there from the lowest point of my career. I like took this advantage and opportunity to figure out what I'm passionate about. And I tried several things. I tried content creation in Facebook. I tried to do these vlogs. I tried to have a YouTube challenge. And I found myself like this 35, 36-year-old woman sitting at midnight watching 12 years old boys, YouTubers, teaching me on editing, on content creation on TikTok. I was amazed by this great world of opportunities. So then it got me. Then it got
Yeah.
me that, okay, I have a point. I'm not going to talk about fashion and minimalism all the time, like 24/7, but I think I have it. I think I got into the point that I found something that, moved me.
I mean, it's super tricky. This point that you've mentioned. Yes, on the one hand, you have money. You have to, like, as a family, you have some commitments and so on. But on the other hand, you have your own satisfaction. You have your own wishes and ideas. How to combine it? How to make it both, bringing you money and bringing the satisfaction?
Correct. So I had this long conversation with Doron because we are in this boat together, Doron, my husband. So we talked and I explained and I gave myself a deadline. Like I told him, listen, for the upcoming year and a half, this is what I'm going to do. We will reduce other, things that we can reduce on. We will live very minimalistic because I think I'm able to nail it. I remember that conversation as it was, a week ago. I just sat down saying, and we work. We like go over the commitment that we had. I told him, listen, I need this time. I found this great opportunity. I am doing my thing and I will make money out of it. Even not today, not within a month, not within 6 months, but at the end of the day, I will make money from something that I love doing. This is my opportunity. This is, and I do believe it. When you are doing something that you love, money will come, the money will follow. So I took this year and a half, and at the beginning, I wasn't making money at all. It was all about content creation, 24/7 content creation. but money follows. It's not a cliche. When you do something that you love, when you do something that you're passionate about, and you do it for, on a regular base, not you don't try it for a month and let it go. When you do it on a regular base, things happen, opportunity comes.
Wow, I love your story. I admire your braveness, how you did this, because I can understand that, especially for women, it's very important for us to have this, this kind of stability, especially when you have children.
Yes.
And it's like, on the other hand, you want to fulfill yourself, you want to make your dreams come true. On the other hand, you have commitments because you have children. And it's like, but you've made this step, and I admire you. Like,
Thank you
really.
so much. And again, it was the support of my husband, the support of my family. They are like the wings, the wind behind my wings. So kudos to them as well. Don't look back. Don't you dare to look back.
Look back.
And I didn't. And I didn't. And as you were mentioned, at 35, that sounds okay. I'm old, but it's not. It's not. It's like I have a lifetime ahead of me. So why wasting it on, Excel and contracts that I don't even like?
Reut, but you are currently working at Taboola. And how did this happen? Like, Taboola is one of the hugest international companies, but you've changed the career path drastically, and you came to Taboola.
So first of all, there are many roles at the tech industry. Some people think that tech industry is just coding and product and I'm not a tech related kind of girl at all. So there are so many roles, there are so many positions, and I found this specific something that it felt good. I didn't have all the requirements, like I was not saying check, 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 but I decided to, why not give it a shot? I have most of and again, that is something that most people, we know that if they are not 100% fit to that position, most likely they won't submit their, resume, their CV to this position. But I'm saying, no, even if you don't have 100% of the requirements, go for it. What is the worst thing that can happen? So I gave it a shot, and I passed after long interviews. Like, I think I had 6. Oh my God,
Oh.
it was such a stressful period of time. But at the end of the day, I got the job. It fits my need, it fits my passion. And I think that's what makes me, passionate about working at Taboola, is that my personal passion meets the professional, requirements.
Reut, you've mentioned several minutes ago, when we were talking about your children, you've mentioned that it's important for you to raise healthy children. Your life is really connected with social media and stuff. And there are different points of views of like current parents. Some of the parents, they do not support the idea that children are using, I don't know, social media and using their phones that much. What's your attitude, yours and Doron's attitude towards the gadgets and social media in general?
So first of all, I cannot lecture them about how bad social media is, about how, how wrong it is to use social media, because I'm doing it like constantly. So I get it. I'm into social media. They're into social media. But I think that my job as their parents is to reflect the dangerous, to reflect my concerns. They have time limitation on social media. I do put borders into this social media, because they do live they do love screens, as every teenager on earth. But I do put time limitation. I do. We talked about how dangerous it is. We talk about porn. We talk about gambling. We talk about things like they are old enough to understand what are the danger, what happens if someone is doing slash asking this and that. I have their passwords, to their cell phone, so I can check
Yeah.
from time to time to see that everything is on track, that nothing is, too strange or too makes me feel uncomfortable in seeing. So I'm not lecturing about how bad and wrong social media is, because I don't think social media is that wrong or bad. In fact, I think when you learn how to use it, that can be an amazing opportunity to grow, to develop, to learn.
Do you consider yourself a good mother?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
that's really important, especially as far as I understand, your first kid was born at the age of 25, 26 when you
Yes.
were,
Yes. I
yes?
was super young mother. Yes.
Yeah. So I think that for younger generation, for my generation, it's important to hear such stories that despite the fact that you had the first child at the age of 20 plus, 25, 26, anyway, you've built a good career and still you consider yourself a good mother. Uh, because again, if you're putting lots of difficult and challenging targets on yourself, I think that in that case, you will forever judge yourself that you're not good enough and you will postpone your life. But by the end of the day, you will miss lots of things that you have to do now.
Correct. Correct. I kind of agree with that message. But again, looking back, I don't think I could do a lot of things differently, because I was this young mother raising two small kids. And I don't know if I had the energy or passion to do what I'm doing right now. But if you have that energy in you, if you have that passion, I didn't had that thing in me at the time. But if you do have, I'm saying go for it. I'm saying trying. But even if you don't have that passion or whatever, it might comes a bit later. Life ain't over once you're 30. Life ain't over once you're 40. Life ain't over once you're 50. I mean, we have this lifetime to, to be active, to set an example, to do things, to impact. So I'm just saying, I think we need, society is so into youth. Um, and I think that for me, the opposite thing happened. When I was younger, I felt very depressed and very confused and very unbalanced and everything was so hectic. When I got older, it sounds like I'm 100 years old, but I'm not. But when I got older, I found this amazing balance between things. Everything, like the puzzle starts to get into shape. Everything become more holistic. Thing got calmer. So I think that proportion and perspective, it's something that young women need to think about. Women need to know that there are good things ahead. Life ain't over. When I was younger, I thought, oh my God, 37, that's it. That's the end of the life. That's a wrap. That's a wrap for them. But it's not. It's only the beginning. So you still have time. They still have time.
That sounds really inspiring, and you know that you're not the first woman who is telling me that. From whom I'm hearing that my best ages they started after 30 plus. And that's
Yeah.
interesting because the society, it dictates to us that when you're young, you have like all doors in front of you are open. So don't miss the moment, like always catch it and so on. But yes, it's like, especially for my generation, I feel it that like lots of people right now, they're under so much pressure that they cannot feel the whole strength of themselves at the age of 20 plus.
Wow.
But then when you're becoming like 30 and 40, yes, then something happens, especially for women. I don't know, maybe it's just
No,
a prejudice.
again, because the kids, they're a bit older and you become wiser.
How to forgive yourself, how to continue, how to forget, how not to judge yourself.
So I think that's a good question. And I think that's something, it's like a muscle that you need to work on, the compassion muscle, I call
Mm-hmm.
it. Uh, I face this, this enormous feeling of I'm not good enough. I didn't put much attention into the kids, into their own. But again, going back to what we've talked about, um, just to understand that you are doing your best. There is no other way I can judge myself from now till the end of time. But
Mm-hmm.
there is no other way than being compassionate and being just like I'm compassionate about other people when my kids are telling me about something that I did wrong or one of my friends. So the instinct is to be compassionate towards them. Because when I know, like deep, deep in, that I'm doing my best, so you guys, I'm doing my best. It's not on me, that's on you. I am doing my very best. You need to set your expectation because I'm doing my best, you guys.
I love the answer. I love this question. It's great. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And my last question that I ask all of my guests, Reut, what is your superpower?
My superpower is I think that I can make things happen. I am that to go person that delivering shit. I can make things happen.